Welcome back. At this point in your preparation process, you've mapped out a high-level outline and a wireframe based on your audience and your purpose. You've planned your presentation introduction and your closing around your key messages. The sixth step is to prepare your visual aids. This ties directly to the data visualization material covered in a previous course in this series. Visual aids are photos, videos, models, or other data representations that can help your audience visualize information. These aids can be props or physical objects as well. Visual aids can be used to explain ideas, illustrate facts, and support your key messages. Well-prepared visual aids can reinforce credibility and authority. You've likely been thinking about these as you've drafted your wireframes, and even perhaps included some. Determining where visuals can enhance your presentation is a key to amplifying your outline. But it is important to develop your complete outline before diving into the visual design. Now you can determine what points in your presentation are best supported by visual aids. We find that visual aids can be particularly useful to present data because they communicate information in ways that plain text cannot. Graphs, tables, and diagrams can be used to demonstrate proportion, contrast, development, or sequence. Now, let's review a few points on effective visual aids. You may recall this example chart from a previous course. Ensure that your visual aids are simple and uncluttered. Do not use too many words or display too many headings. And each aid should make only one point. It's easy for anyone to understand and naturally draw a conclusion. Ensure that your visuals are appropriate for the venue and the audience. Ensure that the visuals are in keeping with your organization's brand guidelines. If you aren't familiar, brand guidelines are a set of standards established by an organization regarding the design of documents, signage, and presentations. These guidelines include specific colors, fonts, and styles that should be used. And double-check that you are not disclosing sensitive or confidential information. If your aid has confidential information, it is standard industry practice to blur it out with a filter. It's better to blur than to cover with a black box because blurred information doesn't draw attention away from the important part of the visual. Finally, make sure that you integrate visual aids with your spoken presentation. Display visual aids long enough for comprehension, but not too long to avoid distraction. Do not use the visual aids as a refuge. Speak to the audience, not the visual. Don't immediately talk over the visuals. Allow your audience time to absorb them. And don't insult your audience by reading the visual aid to them. Again, regardless of their form, photos, tables, or charts, your visual aids should be appropriate and easy to understand, aligned with your key and supporting messages, and integrated with your spoken presentation. In our next video, we'll look at anticipating the questions you might be asked during your presentation.